I'm running out of room. That's 9 in a row, people, and that is Manchester officially confirmed for this season. Well, for this week alone, anyway, at least as red. What a performance from United! I mean, from the get-go, United were organised. We looked at that team selection, we looked at the formation, we thought Ten Hag has learnt straight away. It's what everyone was saying outside here. We was all saying the same thing. We've learnt from every single defeat we've had this season. And today, Fred's performance in there was absolutely phenomenal today. There's performances all over that pitch. It's hard to pick one man to be man of the match today. It was that good as a team performance. You could see it at the end, the connection with the players, how much it meant. And the biggest thing about all of that was, in all of this run that we've been on, we've been constantly in front. What happens if you go behind to the champions, the team that's just beat you 6-3? Do your heads drop? How do you handle it? You handle it like that. You handle it like title contenders, because that's exactly what Manchester United are right now. We are well and truly in this title race. And you want, like to say it or not, as an opposition fan, you cannot ignore 7, 8, 9 wins in a row, beating the champions. We have beat everyone in that top 6. We've beaten everyone who beat us last season in it. You come to Old Trafford with fear now. This is a cauldron. The atmosphere there today was off the scale it needed to be. City fans quiet. The only time they piped up was when they scored the goal. Jack Grealish, I think, was their only shot on target. And like I said, the character was what was most important there. The character of this team when we went behind. Heads didn't drop, the crowd came up. That's not been at Old Trafford for years. I'm telling you now, I went through the pain of last season, the one before that and that. Every single game, this is different, absolutely different. For United fans to be as buoyant as they was when that goal went in, that was the difference there today. You can feel it in the air right now. 9 wins in a row. I keep saying that you can't sniff at that, you can't ignore that. We're 1 point behind City. We sit here in a title race. So United right now. It may not come to it in the end. We may have too many games. We may run out of players like we are doing there. We're literally clinging on by the skin of our teeth in terms of a squad right now. We played the first half with 10 men and we still had a better half than Man City. Martial injured, you could see it. He wasn't running, he wasn't pressing. What a game for Eriksen to have his worst performance of the season in my opinion, but that just goes to show how much the rest of that team was working. Bruno literally was on his arse at the end of that game, blowing out of his arse. Rashford the same. Malacia, wow, what a performance. Mahrez, the one player going into this game for City who was in form, and even City fans will tell you that. I was on City channel last night talking to them. They knew that Mahrez was their only player. I said to them, stop Mahrez, stop De Bruyne, you win the game. Fred, Malacia, man of the match contenders, both of them players exceptional. Malacia, he's come up with 2 full-back performances against the best 2 teams from last season in this league, in Liverpool and City. World-class performances. He rode his luck, but he knew when to chance it. He knew when to snap into Mahrez. He knew when to stand off. He was exceptional on every level. Luke Shaw at the back, Varane, that partnership. Oh dear God, we're singing the butcher's name and we didn't need him today. Haaland didn't have a sniff. I think it took him 40 minutes to get a touch in our half. That's how controlled it was. We were the better team in the first half. City had 15 minutes at the start of the second half. That was it. They got the goal with their one shot. Their only shot they've had in 2 games, and it goes in our net. We still showed the character to come back from that, and that is what is massive about this. More than anything else, you can forget it. I keep going on about it, I know, but the fact that we came back today against them shows everything. Forget the 9 wins in a row. Forget about everything else. The fact that we still had it in us to go, not this time, not at Old Trafford this time, Blues, sorry. And they will accept that, the City fans today. You speak to anyone and they will say that United deserved that game. We were the better team all along in that game from start to finish, apart from that 15 minutes when City turned it on in the second half. The goal was coming. But look at the players that were shut down today from City. Look at the players that were absolutely nowhere. I keep mentioning it. Grealish came on and made an impact, yes. But Mahrez, Haaland, De Bruyne, not in the game. Bernardo Silva having to go back to his bleeding own goal to try and get hold of the ball. Fred had him on toast. It was simple as that. United dominated this game for me. City had the possession, but look at the chances. They created absolutely Jack pictures taken while I'm filming here. This is how exciting it is around here. It's absolutely buzzing. I've never known an atmosphere like this in Old Trafford. Not for a long, long time, like I said. This was huge for this football club. Absolutely huge. Most importantly for these players and for Ten Hag. That confidence boost from this game He's just going to take these players to a different level of thinking now. The likes of Varane and Casemiro, these winners, these serial winners. Casemiro knew how to handle that game and put to bed any debate about who the best CDM is in the league. He knew when to fake that injury at the end when he took down, I think it was Grealish. He tried to snap Grealish's leg. Fair enough. Professional foul, yellow card. But he knew how to stay down there. It's not right, it's not fair, but you know what? If you want to win the league, you want skullduggery, you want dark arts, you want nasty players in your team. We've got that. We've got a soul, we've got a heartbeat now in Casemiro. With Varane behind him, the combination. I cannot tell you how important Varane is to this team. I'm losing concentration right now. I'm trying to figure out where I was and what I was going to get at next, simply because I'm run out of superlatives for this team. Alejandro Garnacho changed that game. His impact was just ridiculous. Involved in the goals, absolutely superb. Well done, Garnacho. I looked at the team sheet, I didn't see him on it. I thought he's not even on the bench, and then he came on. What an impact. Bruno Fernandes, I said it last night. It's a game for Bruno. It's an impact here. Bruno gets that equaliser, massive. And Rashford again, 16 for the season. Marcus Rashford, MBE, thank you. You have just stamped your name in history in Manchester United. Absolutely phenomenal. Please move on from here. Marcus Rashford has turned a corner this season, and you know what? That is the biggest moment in football in United's history. The way that Rashford went from what he was to where he is now. This is I think it's 16 goals. Let that sink in. I think that's 9 in a row at Old Trafford for Rashford. It's ridiculous. Ten Hag has got this team banging. This team now is under Ten Hag's control, fully under control, and absolutely, we're on a different page. It really is. I'm losing my composure. But let's look at it now and just go. We're in the title race. We're looking at this now. What a first half to the season. Massive credit to Ten Hag. Massive credit to these players, and the fans deserve that there today. That was the best atmosphere by none that I've had in Old Trafford. Ridiculous. Guys, cheers for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you're red. Sorry if you're blue. Go and sink a pint somewhere in a dark corner. This is our weekend. Manchester's red, baby. Like, share.